Social creatures, we learn from that which we are exposed. Essentially, our minds hold what media proposed. What we do see is a shared reality, our understanding shaped by our use of words, and with our agreement, we've become the herds. Group mentality, believing unseen truths told, thinking ourselves righteous, we've become rather bold. There is an ultimate reality that you few do now understand. It's the elevation of human consciousness, whose time is close at hand. We are one in that we share the single source, pulsing through all of us, this life-giving force. With this in mind, simply recognize there is nothing for us to forgive, and let us take responsibility for the earth so we may live. The youth of today would not die of natural causes, not unless the way we consume permanently pauses. There is an ignoble truth that as humans we all share, that's built into us. Unconsciously, we really do care. Ignoble because we hide it, pretending it's not real, when in truth we are just numbing how we really do feel, in order to keep our identity as consumers. Given the state of the world, it seems we're late bloomers. Yet there is a perfect plan. Everything has its perfect time. The announcement of our ripeness is the purpose of this rhyme. To recognize our consumption is the earth in our body polluting, twisting our wants from what's good for the whole, is selfishly convoluting. Addiction to stuff for little moments of high, we do it to forget so we can just get by. We forget we are all in this together, every single last one. And here's the paradox, please pardon the pun. There is just one source here that gives life to all. Yet see color, sex, size, and judge? Oh my, what gall. We've learned to judge all things. We've been taught by our global egoic culture. Questioning tradition, we will co-create a symmetrical sculpture. With one human voice, we will part from harmful, destructive ways. In unity, reframing systems to create brighter days. Many things need acknowledgement. We need a truth-telling, a shared global one, so we can see what we're selling. The United States of America is rightfully setting the stage, for it is finally time to let go of our historical rage. The systems are interrelated and have us enslaved. We are working for money, and it's just the way it's been paved. We will come together as one earthly family and change our unjust ways. We must do it by decree. It's time we as humans have the ethics conversation, make the long-awaited efforts of great reparation. Dissecting discrimination is not for people of color to do. It's the job of everyone, the job of every me and every you. But be inspired knowing we have the tools and all the solutions for a global reconstitution of our polluting institutions. Time to sing the global truth of Tikkun Olam, creating a new list of what's really haram. It's recognizing the truth of symbols of all great belief that we will co-create a beautiful way that will bring us relief. Christ consciousness recognizes your neighbor is you. Know that Buddha nature is our foundational hue. Om is the primordial sound of creation. And know, Mohammed said, we are all one nation. See the Tao, be aware that nature is energy. Our human hearts will lead us. We don't need a clergy. With all this awareness, the violence we would fetter. The joy of our union is the option much better. Racism, sexism, discrimination won't end until we step outside with the truth that we defend. Let us not be enslaved in this life anymore. We will come together to love the very core. For what else is there that really does matter? With love's awareness, illusions just shatter. Then there's no more greed to just take care of my own. No, in fact, love vibrates at a more natural tone. We all start out this way. Just look at an infant, only trusting, knowing all is beneficent. We are trained to be addicts from a very young age. Using sugar, we are bribed, wondering what is sage. But carbohydrates are sugar, and no one really told us. You ask yourself, over sugar carbs, why we make such a fuss? It is because a truth hidden is that sugar feeds cancer. Whole institutions use this info for profit enhancer. So much that needs to radically change so the human mind can have free range. As we've seen it play out in the quantum realm, particles with thought move about with whelm. Let us think ourselves free here on this planet. Together as one we'll begin to plan it. My scientific mind found poetry incomprehensible. Yet to speak to the masses, it's rather commonsensical. It is poetry that speaks in between the duality to give us glimpses of our shared ultimate reality, beyond race, beyond color, beyond chromosomal difference. There lies the greatest truth with profound radiant significance. There is only one energy here. Do see this well, and together we'll work to transform this worldly hell, full of this and that, and of course the other. But who cares for us? It is our one shared mother. The earth is the provider of all things. In your heart you do feel when the truth rings. We steadfastly follow the government's rules, forgetting we have choice. We need not be fools. We know the institutions don't work for the people. Some benefits are true, but they come from a steeple. White Christianity has been the dominant show. We are all in this together, and it's time to grow. So simple to do if we unite with one powerful voice. For the planet and all her inhabitants, we have choice. We've had enough of pretending that we don't see the suffering of animals and ecosystems that we are just covering. Billions of beings exploited for what? As we close our hearts and keep our eyes shut. A more insidious suffering which enables the injustice, these interrelated systems of oppression that say, just trust us. When I was 7, as I uncovered some of the horrors of this world, I said this soliloquy about starvation, deforestation, pollution, and suffering understood. I made this decree. When I grow up, the world won't be this way because we'll change it with knowledge. Simply, I said, me and my friends will create an all-inclusive college. Our minds understand stories, a beginning, middle, and end. So here it is in Liu. From the psychotherapeutic, A Course in Miracles. Here's a question to Rue. Why share the world's madness? That what is universal here is true. Dissecting our shared history for a truth-telling of each and every taboo, time to listen to each other and feel nature's world, and let us hear the peace dove coo. It is time to join our minds, hearts, and voices for the good of all, so that means you too. Forgiving the past, join a global vision of unity, of earthly brotherhood. Will do. Thank you.